Good Monday morning to you guys. Good morning. Oh, it is Monday. It is gorgeous outside, and it is the first day back to school. So I wanted to get this interview in because it's twofold. One, it's back to school, and it is primetime hurricane season. So where I am from, raised, family, Osceola County. So I wanted to meet with the man himself, Osceola County Emergency Manager, Mr. Bill Litton, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be hopping in to Results-1 with us this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Trevor Steve.
How are you, man?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good.
It's nice to see you when it's sun outside, nice clouds.
Nice, beautiful weather.
What, 82 degrees currently? So this is sitting a little high up there. There we go. Perfect. There we go. So welcome in, man.
Thank you.
How you been?
Good.
Summer now over?
Summer, yeah.
You were able to enjoy it with the family?
Yes.
This is good. All right, lay out the land real quick. All the cameras are kind of just everywhere.
Okay.
Most people forget about them after the first couple of minutes, and then whatever's live will show up here.
Okay.
And then how it appears on TV is here on this pixel.
Okay.
So pretty nice setup in
Perfect,
here.
yeah,
Everything's controlled back from the studio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I have our webmaster, Kathleen. She's on the phone with us. She's listening, and she's controlling everything. So
Okay.
it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, very nice.
Oh, we got a trooper leaving out from the sheriff's office over here. There's a lot of trooper activity
Yes.
down here these days, you know?
There is.
You know, a lot of these guys just hanging out down here. But, all right, go ahead. There's no stop sign, boss. That's all right. They see you know what it is? It's they see Results-1.
All right.
And they're like, oh, watch out.
Okay.
So, Bill, you are the emergency manager down here.
Correct.
It's a lot of responsibility.
It
man.
is.
Where are you from originally?
So originally, Florida native, grew up
Okay.
in Sanford.
All right.
And started my career there. Spent most of my time with Osceola County Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
Back in 2004. Started my career in public safety, and then through that was able to get into emergency management, working under Sheriff Osceola, and became the EM coordinator for that office, and then working very closely with Alan Harris, emergency management director for Seminole.
I hold you two at very high regard.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. And I learned a lot from him, and he's still a mentor to this day. We bounce stuff off daily, different ideas and plans that we do.
Right.
And then I had the opportunity through there, as we're a tight community in EM, I had the opportunity to go over to the hospital side for a couple of years.
Wow.
So in 2015, I went over to Orlando Health Care Systems.
Okay.
And worked there for about a year and a half, not thinking anything would happen. But I was actually on the response team at the hospital side for the Pulse nightclub shooting.
Wow.
At RMC. So I've had the opportunity to see some unique events through my career, from high-profile court cases to our natural disasters, to that incident at Pulse. And all that goes into my knowledge and what I share with my team and our professionals here as well that works in our team. So.
I've noticed that every EM, there's no real set background.
Correct.
Each one of you come from a very diverse pathway to how you got here.
Right.
Because I asked Emergency Manager Alan Harris when I had him in the truck once. I said, how does someone become an emergency manager? And he's like, and it's just like, it's a mix of career path and passion, and you got to love logistics.
Correct. That's a good point. Yeah, you got to know how to get stuff and supply. Yeah.
So now, how long have you been the EM here at Osceola County?
So I started here in 2018.
Okay, so you've been here for a while.
For a while here. Got a great relationship with our community, our team here, and done some great work. And I think one of the things that's funny, because both Alan and I have that scouting background, but probably one of my precursors, even though I went to criminology as my field in college, I think probably thinking back to my scouting days was probably the emergency preparedness merit badge is probably what got me thinking.
Right, because you are a scout.
Yeah,
active.
So yeah, still active and still work at the local level and a national level. So I'm glad.
Yeah, Scouting America doing a lot of great things. You guys have pulled me in to start doing some of your galas and stuff, which is always awesome. When you went to school, outside of obviously grade school, Like, what was your initial entry? Like, you're like, I'm going to do X. What was X for you?
For me, it was probably looking at law enforcement or law.
Okay,
well,
okay.
You know, or
Makes sense.
going that route. And then after I got in and working a couple years and then finding out about this, working in the sheriff's office and seeing this side of it, because I was sort of activated during 2004 hurricanes and sort of got that first maybe touch to it, you know, shelter duties,
right,
elderly notification calls that we did then, and then that's when I went in and went forward and pursued my master's degree in emergency management. Planning. So
you had to probably get excited about seeing the teamwork that goes on, because emergency management, I don't want to be wrong about this, but why not, right? Like, I could be wrong, it doesn't matter. The idea of, you guys are not big.
Correct.
You guys are a small group of people who grab and create a team to manage the emergency.
Right, correct. No, you're right on.
Am I on the right ballpark here?
You think of, there's only 67 directors in the state of Florida.
Okay.
Very small, but we really on a daily basis partner and collaborate with our outside agencies to bring them in, train them, get them ready, so when that big event does come, we're all ready to respond. As we say, we'd rather meet the people during blue skies than gray skies and trying to share numbers. So
no, that's a valid point. What would you say was the biggest learning curve for you? You obviously you're around it, but until you're wearing the ID badge that says emergency manager, you're really not in it. So what was the biggest learning curve for you, going from the support and the assist to now this is on you?
Yeah, this is probably, I think, you know, after 2018, our biggest event, you know, we did stand up for Dorian.
Right.
Thankfully, it stayed off the coast. But I think our big factor here was 2022 Hurricane Ian.
Yeah.
So we had,
I would agree with you.
19 inches of rain in a little over 11 hours for this area. Seeing flooding that had not been seen since the early 50s when we look back at flood maps and those type of things. So that was very, very prominent, but it was great to see our partnerships that were built, and that's what really helped this community get through. We had phenomenal work with the South Florida Water Management team and their resources, along with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. That team that came in to help protect our area from the additional waters that were coming through. Yeah. Because we're like a filter for
it was crazy.
like Okeechobee.
Right.
So we were able to, you know, prevent further damage and protect those residents here. Really seeing that collaboration, and now it's gone into more and more of what we can actually put federal dollars in to mitigate and strengthen, you know, structures here to make us stronger for future events.
So if someone was to say, what is your job definition? What is the definition of the emergency manager?
Really making sure that our community is prepared, but also have the knowledge to be resilient at the same time too. You know, giving them that knowledge to prepare, but then what can we do to help them, you know, make it for the future.
Now, I feel like you knew my questions beforehand here. Now you segue into that. You can only say and do so much.
Correct.
Okay, I might have a reputation for being mildly sarcastic within the community, but it's like, if I'm telling you don't follow someone too closely, there's a reason for that. If I'm telling you look twice on the left, it's because, well, that's the side you're going to get hit on, kind of thing. So we don't say these things for no reason.
Right.
As the EM of Osceola County, what would you say is the number one thing people don't heed a warning to, that you're just like, hello, this is easy.
You're right.
Excuse my candor, but it's like, I've been out there in it. I've been out there reporting it with you guys. And then people are like, well, they said it was coming, but we didn't think it was going to be that bad.
Right.
For you, what's the biggest thing that you're like, come on, guys?
I think now, the the cycle, we used to say this, after 2005, because we had that period almost for 10 years. We called it hurricane amnesia.
Okay.
Where we'd get in that cycle and then people were like, no, it's not going to come here, whatever. But we have had that period now, so we've been very active. But it's still, we'll get that group of people that, oh, no, that's okay. Or we're waiting until the last minute to do things.
Right.
We're that instant gratification type, environment. But then that's when we've got lines either at the gas stations or the Publix or, the grocery stores. So that's why we say now, especially today is a prime example. We're blue skies all over. Clear out. Go to the stores. You don't have to get your full kit. Just get a few items each week. Build your kit up. We're just about a month away from the peak of hurricane season.
We've got an invest out there right now.
It's perfect. We're looking at that. We're hoping that things are playing in play, that it goes up north, but it could
you just never
continue
know.
West, right? And we need to be ready. So just as I told my team this morning, now's the time. Start looking at our go kits. Start looking at our stuff.
Right.
So we're ready and we're prepared. Our families are ready, so we can be ready to respond to our community.
So when a hurricane is inbound and it's basically, look, the meteorologists have said, National Weather Service has made the notifications to you guys, hey, look, prepare yourself. Right. Walk me through the first 24 hours in rapid of a notification like that to you on what that feels like.
Sure. So we go on a planning cycle about 5 days out.
Okay.
About 120 hours out. And some of that's been modified, as we know, with those systems that create or get created in the Gulf. That rapid identification now is zeroed in on our timeline. So it could be 2 to 3 days. But
you just never know how fast these things want to move.
Correct. We start that planning process with our state and local partners immediately, basically in that 5-day period. So we have 2-a-day calls that we do with the state.
Wow.
And the National Hurricane Center providing us data. And then we do the same with our community, our external partners too, to keep them abreast. So we'll do a situation report daily saying, here's what our prep work was, here's what's going on. And then we'll have our group that meets with the school district and those decisions being made. What schools are we going to open?
And this is happening hours.
And
it's constant, right? Just because you're not seeing a press conference,
right, doesn't
mean you guys are sitting there twiddling your thumbs.
Right.
Like I've been in these hubs, these EOCs of yours, the emergency operations centers, and it's like a brain just firing in every corner.
Right.
And people think, well, they're not doing anything. No. They're doing the complete opposite. They wish they could take a second to let me breathe for a second. Wow.
So, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that we think about, because depending on those school shelters that we will open,
right,
is depending on track as well. So depending on that track, then we'll make those decisions, get that information out. Just as you said, we'll set that media schedule up. So we always want to have that set schedule so the media teams know that they can get our information at a timely basis.
Well, you guys do have the biggest media parking lot I've ever seen at an emergency operations center. I was like, man, they got all this nice parking for us. This is nice. Usually we got to park like a mile out. I miss my my patrol car days when I could park in law enforcement parking. Hardest part about your job, being raised in this community and now being a leader in emergency management, what would you say the most difficult part is?
I think just making sure that we're making the right decisions to protect our community.
It's got to
but also
be more
getting that information out too. Yeah.
It's got to be more though, like as a human. Like I know you personally. You're a really nice guy. It's like there's got to be a weight of responsibility that sits on you. That at the end of the day, people are either going to praise you or they're going to be pissed off.
Right.
So how do you personally deal with that?
Really having the strong collaboration with my team,
right,
and our other EM directors. Like you said, we're doing things behind the scenes. What you're not seeing is us communicating with our county partners, and we bounce stuff and talk to each other. What's going on there? What can we do? And we might also be pre-positioning teams. If we know we're getting impacted, I'll probably making a call to the state director, maybe working with some of my counterparts, maybe not out of this area, let's say the Panhandle,
Right.
maybe having some teams come here.
Move resources around.
Right. And what I'm looking at, because I know, if we're going to be in the battle for a good period of time, 7+ days, I want to get a rotation team out here too, so my team gets a break.
So you're thinking the way you deal with this is full circle,
Yep.
almost holistic.
Correct.
Because you got to take care of people.
We got to take care of it, and we know if we get impacted, it's not just going to be a 3 or 5 day thing.
Get the
It's
recovery
gonna be
side.
long-term. Exactly, which could last for months or years.
I think so many people don't think about that side of it. Like I went up there for Mexico Beach when they were hit with by Michael, and it's like, okay, the storm's over, let's wrap this up. But there's such a recovery phase that goes on. Even when the Central Florida area, the Orlo Vista, the flooding and stuff, it's like people forget, like there is a long-term recovery phase that takes place that you guys are actively involved with.
Right, correct, right.
So if people wanted to know, what does EM recommend for storm prep and all these types of emergencies, where can they go to find these resources in Osceola County?
Yeah, the best resource is our website,
Okay.
readyosceola.org.
That's simple.
One-stop shop. We try to make it easy for our residents to go to.
So that was readyosceola.org. Okay.
And then on there, we have our guide. It's electronic format as well.
Okay.
And there's 4 steps that we say. Plan ahead. So really knowing your threats, your hazards that we could face here. Having a plan for your family.
Gotta love these guys.
And then
Where's my cameras at? I gotta love these. How do they squeeze through this? We call these clowns here in Results-1. Unbelievable. Jeez. I'm never surprised when I'm in Kissimmee though, so it is what it is. All right, so you were saying there are 4 steps, and the first step is preparedness.
Plan ahead.
Plan ahead.
Really having an out-of-state contact, as we say too.
Smart.
Because all our cell phones we know is going to be inundated after, right after a storm. So having a single point of contact that you can relay information on your family outside of the state is a great way. Second is build a kit. We've talked about it already. Don't wait until the last minute to get that water. Get your food supplies, your pet supplies, anything that you need. Even having a tarp on hand if you do have some roof damage, those type of things. Having that up now and staggered. We used to say 3 days. Now we say be ready for 7 days.
Wow.
Just having that availability. And probably my key point is number 3 is staying informed. And that is multiple ways. I say always have multiple ways to get your information, but get it from vetted sources. So first is Alert Osceola. That's our mass notification system with the state of Florida under Alert Florida umbrella. They can go to alertosceola.org and register. You can put your cell phone, your home phone, your
so you
email.
get the alerts right to you.
You get right to you.
Okay.
We have it set up here for automatically. 2 of our concerns here is tornadoes and flooding.
Right.
So once National Weather Service Melbourne puts that polygon over our area, you will automatically get that. So it's almost a few seconds before the news and our meteorology team starts sending that out. You'll get that either by your phone or however you sign up.
I like having all the alerts.
Yes.
I turn them all on during a storm because I'm like, all right, who's going to do it first? Whose sound is going off? Kind of thing. And then the last one would be?
The last one is get involved. Really, what I mean from there is taking maybe a first aid class or CPR class or getting involved with a community response team that you can help your neighbors after the event. So really giving that foresight to getting involved
I like
in the
that.
community. So we have that as
because anybody, you think all these people that after a storm, if the first responders can't get to you and there's some type of emergency, having at least basic first aid knowledge, whether it is CPR, how to put a tourniquet on, things like that, because we've seen those recovery injuries, people getting out trying to chop their own tree down and stuff, and then first thing, or get electrocuted and go into cardiac arrest and things. So basic CPR, anybody can learn. A child can learn how to do that, and can be their own first responder. It's pretty amazing that you guys have so much information, yet people are still all the time. But Bill, I really appreciate you taking the time. Is there anything else Osceola County residents need to know about? that you want them to know
Yeah,
about?
I really take this time to get ready for this season. I know we're in the middle of the season, but really the peak is going to be in a few weeks here at September 9th, September 10th. But don't wait until then. Get all your stuff ready and be prepared. Don't panic, and don't. Also, the big thing is don't follow the hype. There's so much stuff out there on.
The bloggers have gotten pretty intense these days.
So that's one of our big things is make sure you get your information from 4 vetted sources. First, National Hurricane Center. They're the experts. They're the pros. Second, National Weather Service Melbourne. Third, our emergency operations center. You can get it through our county website. Will be linked. Ready Osceola will be having information and bars going up when we're activated. And then finally, our partners at all of our locals, especially Local 6.
We appreciate you.
And it's a force multiplier. We all work together at the same time to make sure that message is getting out.
Well, Bill, I appreciate you. I know my team, my Mets this morning were like, you get to go hang out with the emergency manager? Like, how do you get all this? I go, I got a cool truck. That's the only reason. They're all like, you get elected folks, you get all these people, they won't talk to us, but they'll get in your truck and talk for 20 minutes. And I'm just like, well, sorry, not sorry. Sir, I appreciate you, everything that you do down here. I hope that I don't have to come and see you during a storm. I hope that we get to continue to do awareness and stuff like this. But guys, make sure that you're following them on their accounts. The county Instagram and Facebook page have amazing information that go out. You guys are real quick during the emergency storms and when we're under those type of conditions to get the information out. I remember even last storm, you guys were putting out local flooding advisories and stuff like that. So if you're not set up in a certain way, follow the accounts, click the little notify me option, and then you'll be good to go. So, sir, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
Bill, I appreciate you. The rest of you guys, make sure that you are following them on all their notification sites. And have a great Monday. Drive safe, too, because it's back to school later this afternoon. Well, it's go home kind of thing after a first day back. You guys know what I mean. We'll see you later. See ya.